Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to be doing MLA formatting. We're going to start off with what we're supposed to do with the header. So let's take a look here. Okay, so first of all, a paper in MLA format should be double spaced. The way you're going to do that, Control A. Click Control A to select everything. Then you're going to go to line and paragraph spacing and click double. This will add a lot to your page count. So if you have a very short paper and you have not double spaced it, this is going to be very helpful. Then what you're going to do, use Times New Roman 12-point font, or you could do Arial 11-point font, which is the default. You can do either one. Then you should have 1-inch margins on each side. So right here, on the top, and on the bottom. They should all be 1 inch. That is the default. So you should not be moving these around at all. Then you should indent the first line of all paragraphs, which has already been done. Whenever you start a new paragraph, you hit the tab key and it'll start an indent for the next paragraph. This whole section is a little funky. I wrote this paper back when I was in college, and that section was specific for the type of paper that I was writing. I was writing a reportive paper, which had an entirely different formatting. So you don't need to worry about this whole section. Just pretend it's not there. So once you have done all of that, you're going to work on the MLA heading. You want to start with your name. I already have that there. Then you put the teacher's last name. So I have the professor down here. I'm going to get rid of that and put it directly after my name and just put the last name. I don't put the first name. I don't put teacher, Mrs., professor. I put it just the last name. Then I do the class. So I put the class title here. And then I'm going to put the dates, which it goes day, month, year. And I have that already. No commas, just day, month, year. After that, we are going to put the last name and page number right aligned in the header. So this is our left aligned header. It's on the left side of the paper. For the right aligned header, we're going to go up in this margin and double click it so we get up here. You'll see that our cursor is currently on the left side. We want to pop that over to the right. And then we're going to type our last name. You'll notice that that transfers to every single page. You want that. You want it to transfer to every single page. And then it also asks us to put the page number. But if I put page number 1, that has page number 1 there. If I change that to page number 2, you'll see the next one is page number 2, and so is the first one now. So we can't just type it in. We have to go to Format, Page Numbers. Click it in the header, starting at 1. It should all be default. Click Apply. Now it is directly next to our last name. We want that. We do not want a space. But it will change for every new page. That is why we do the page numbers in that way. Now, the title is the only thing that should be center aligned. So I'm going to take our title here, I'm going to select it, and go to center aligned. Everything else is right aligned, or left aligned. It's left aligned. Next, we are going to get into our citations. So you'll see at the bottom of the paper, I have some citations. Here we go, sources. To start off with, I'm going to get rid of this. When we title in MLA, when we title our sources, we call them works cited. And then we're going to select that, and just like the title of the paper, the works cited is the title of our sources page, so we need to center align it. Then there should not be a space in between our citations. We do want them to be listed in alphabetical order. So you'll notice that the names are the exact same. So I have to keep looking further and further to find what is alphabetical next. I have an A here and a W here. So I put the A one first. When you are making your citations, we're going to start off with books. We start with the author's last name and then first name. And then we have a period. After that, in quotation marks, we are going to put the chapter title. And the chapter title is followed by a period and more quotation marks. And if you don't have a chapter title, you can just be citing an entire book, so you can skip the chapter title if need be. But next, you're going to do the book title, which is going to be in italics. And then you end it with a comma. After that, you have the publication city. Writing Down the Bones was published in Boston, Massachusetts. And you end that with another comma. You may not have a city. It may just say a state or a country. That is okay. Be as specific as you possibly can, but if it doesn't give you all the information, that's okay. After you put down where it was published, you put down the publisher who published it, and you follow that up with a period. Writing Down the Bones was published by Shambhala. Period. Then we follow that with the publication date. We can have day, month, year. In my case, the book only says 2005. It actually says 1986 and 2005, but you always go with the most recent because sometimes books update and you want to make sure that your readers are reading the same edition as you so that they know which edition of the book you're talking about. So you're going to put a period after the publication date, and then you're going to put the page number. For this citation, I got my quote from the prologue, or the preface, actually. I'm going to change that. From the preface, which does not have traditional numbers. It uses Roman numerals, so it's going to look a little funky, but you're going to do P for just one page, and you want it to be lowercase, XIV, and then follow that with a period. If it was page 1, I would just do that. If I got a quote that goes off of multiple different pages, you put multiple different P's, so page 1 through 2. But I am going to stick to where I got my quote from. And that is how we do a citation for a book. When it comes to in-text citations for books, I'm going to go up to where my quote is. I highlighted it so I wouldn't lose it. You should not normally highlight things in your papers. So here's the end of the quote right here at think. I do not put a period there. I'm going to do quotation marks, open up parentheses, and then I'm going to write the last name of the author, comma, the page number, close the parentheses, and then a period. And that's how you do in-text citations for books. When it comes to websites, we're going to go to, just one moment. Okay, I got the websites that I got this stuff from. We're going to create a citation for that website. First, author, last name, and first. Usually it would say it on here, but there is no author, and we can assume that this page was written by Natalie because it's about her. So I'm going to write that down. Period, just like before. Now the article title replaces our chapter title. Just like in the book recording or book citation, we are going to put the article title with a period at the end in quotation marks, because that's what the article is called. Then after that, we have the website, which is nataliegoldberg.com. So in my citation, I'm going to go over to the next thing, put it in italics, nataliegoldberg.com. And then ends that just like with the book. I'm going to end it with a comma. Then the publication date. Again, like with the book, there is no specific dates that it shows, but it does tell me 2012. So I'm going to write down 2012. Then we're going to do the URL. I'm going to go up to the search bar, Control C to copy it, finish the date up with a period, and Control V to paste it. This went down to the next line just because there's not enough space. I did not hit enter or anything. If it goes blue, that's totally fine. If it doesn't, that's also fine. It doesn't really matter. So we're looking pretty good. We have things alphabetized. We have our sources written out for the most part. Now, what we're going to do is format this page. You're going to go to the top, format, insert, break, and page break. Now, no matter how much we add or take away from the rest of the paper, this will always be on its own page. It will always be by itself. This is especially helpful if you are in the middle of revising your paper and you end up taking a bunch of stuff out or adding a bunch of stuff. You can always be sure that your works cited is going to be by itself. Then the last thing we need to do is select all of it, just the sources, not the works cited part. Go to Format, Align and Indent, down to Indentation Options. We're going to click Special Indent, Hanging, and then type in 0.5, and then Apply. This makes it a hanging indent, which is the necessary formatting for MLA works cited. Now for in-text citation for websites, here's my source. For the websites, it's a little bit easier. You still do not put a period. You still put the quotation mark at the end, still open up the parentheses right there, still put the author name right there. But then after putting the author name, you close the parentheses, add your period. Actually, there is no period because this is in the middle of a sentence. But if it was at the end of a sentence, you would put your period right there. That is it. You do not need a page number. You don't need the URL. You don't need a year or anything. It's just the author's last name. So this is how you format your papers in MLA formatting.